It's always funny when I see it. I'm like, whoa, it's so a lot. It's very a lot. But I don't ever see it. I look in the mirror, I'm like, I can't see it. Aloha GQ. I'm here to take you through some of my tattoos. They really talk about like these things live inside of you, and you're just like touching it to like bring it out. I don't crave it as much as like I'm called to it. I've never felt like, oh, I need to get that on me. It's always been like, whoa, this needs to happen, or this is like through definitive moments that needed to happen in my life. And it just feels like more of a calling than me choosing stuff and just putting random shit on my body. The first tattoo was this one right here. It took about 8 hours. It's an Amakua, it's a guardian, and that's the shark. It's the mano. I had this done right before my daughter was born. So I was 26 when I had this. I'm 44 now. That was my first tattoo. Pretty gnarly because it's the biggest one I have and it's the first one I did. So I did it, this extension of it for this character that I'm playing on Chief of War. It really fit with that. So I've only really worn this with one character right now. The next one I do on Minecraft, it'll have to be covered up. I didn't originally do this all the way down because I wasn't making it as an actor. This was for me. And you know, you don't want to have a bunch of tattoos on it. You're not going to get a lot of jobs. And then now that I'm me, I can have the things that I like to have now, so I'm very thankful for that. I guess when we did the Dothraki stuff, I mean, it's funny because they wanted to cover this up and they always had like long bands, but I was like, guys, there's tapestry behind me that has this design on it, why wouldn't it? And they're like, we don't want your tattoo. So I was like, fine. And then when I did these, it's just sitting in the makeup trailer, and I just become obsessed with all that kind of stuff when you're building a character. So I just kind of came up with that. I came up with putting all the black around my eyes. You just get obsessed with playing a character, and I just enjoy that. When they design the sets, they're amazing, and they're not blue screen. When you actually get to walk into those sets, you're like, wow, it's beautiful to coexist with these other artists, and then wardrobe and props, and you get to see all these things, and you get to bring your work in with their work, and yeah, you feel huge. When I put on Aquaman, it's like, there's no doubt about it. When I'm in the suit, the eyes go in, I could just be talking to you, and then I'll step out and come back in, and I'll just look at you, and you're just like no eye contact. It's like looking at like a pit bull staring at you. You know, I don't really act regal at all. So, you know, there's a certain thing when you put on something, you want to change the way you feel, and very important, that wardrobe. And makeup. Obviously. Sorry, Jen. The Charles Baudelaire quote, "Être toujours ivre," which was always be drunken. With wine, with poetry, with virtue, with the idea of always being happy and being intoxicated with life. I'm pretty giddy about life, so it made sense. Pride of Gypsies, it's just my handwriting. I have shitty handwriting, so it's just all, when you're like, what does that mean? What are those scratches? That's just my handwriting. And so Pride of Gypsies is because a lot of my friends were Leos, and they are lions, and we were all very houseless, I should say. And I still am. So we just kind of